I'm just not doing well with strawberries, even in towers. My pockets seem to have bugs, and they're just not, like, I've gotten hardly any. So next year I think I'm gonna go for raised beds. But I am getting quite a bit of lettuce. The beans haven't put on anything yet, but the beans are all nicely sprouted. I've got Swiss chard and Ragged Jack. I can harvest. That's growing nicely. Let's see if this one's any good. Mushy with all the rain. So I'm not doing my upper garden because that hasn't changed much. But I'm finally getting, this will be my first year to get quite a few apples. There's little apples dotted everywhere on this thing. I think the most I've ever gotten was 5. Probably because of the deer. But yeah. So I need to get along here and weed or put fabric down. I moved most of my tomatoes down. There's just a cherry tomato in pots. So this one still doesn't look very good. I don't know why. And I've been getting some brown spot disease. Probably because it has been rainier and humid. My dill is starting to look good. Weeded the heck out of my chive bed. But these are my upper tomatoes that I couldn't fit on the row with drip yet. My sage. Some Fresno peppers. I think I gotta wait for those to be red. And down here, I straightened out. These are my bell peppers and my cherry tomatoes. These cages are actually probably as old as I am. They were from when my dad gardened when I was little, and he brought them from his farm. This is the next bed that needs to be tackled. Oh, do I have a bell pepper there? I have a little tiny bell pepper in that one. That one's not doing too good, but that might have been because some of these my cats messed in before I got them outside. So I got a couple tiny bell peppers, but this bed needs significant weeding. So does the blueberry beyond it, but this is some dahlias, some zinnias. I think these are zinnias that are getting chewed up right here, right there. A ton of weeds. Some little white marigolds they started. Some lemon basil, some more zinnias, and these are teddy bear sunflowers. But I need to lay down some craft paper and mulch this because, yeah, it's bad. And this is my carrot bed that probably won't produce much, but they actually sprouted. It was an experiment with weed fabric to see if I could get stuff to sprout. And then my pumpkin and watermelon pots. One of them the deer got again. We're trying the line fence, and so far it's working on that side, but one did jump in and bit all the plants off one of the pots there. So this is my acorn. I bought this as a start and it rebounded nicely. A watermelon an eggplant, and a melon in the corner there. I'm kind of irritated that I bought packs of dahlias that were supposed to be purple, cream, and white and peach kind of colors, and I ended up with a bunch of reds. So there's red there, a red here. I mean, they're pretty, but it's just, you know, I picked, but oh, look at this one. That is beautiful. So I'm not sure what color dahlias those will be. They have yet to open up, but this one appears to be red, purple, red. And then my poor germination on my bunching onions with my fairy tale or whatever eggplant. These are my shishito peppers that I gotta get out from under the edge now that it's not so damn hot. I got some on that plant. And then I've got 4 plants, but only one has peppers so far. And I think those are my giant Marconi recovering from being mowed. Being mowed down by the deer. Yeah. They're recovering nicely. These are, what are these? Habanadas. So, in here I have potatoes, purple cabbage, and radishes that are going to seed. I did get a few, but there's a lot that are going to seed. The up and down temps have been crazy. There's a little baby zucchini. I'm not sure about my pollination. I don't have much for bees this year. Every year I put out more stuff for them, but I just only see 1 or 2 of the wood bees. I want to say over here I had a baby. Did I have a baby squash forming? I do. Let's see if that one and that one down there were actually pollinated and actually form, or if they just shrivel up and die. So I have, I think, zucchini and crookneck squash, or maybe yellow squash in here. So and then my potato bed is flowering. Once these are gone, I'm hoping to put in some broccoli and maybe get some cool weather broccoli. I don't know. I've never tried fall because we have such a short growing season. These are my dragon tongue bush beans in here. Probably not the best, but I was using up old seed packets. I am getting some flowers on them. And then this is a stunner, but again, exactly the same dahlia as the other one almost, purple. So my borage is coming back from the deer. These are my white borage, and my strawberry blonde calendula. These are beautiful purple, but again I ended up with red and purple when those packs from Walmart, those cheap packs from Walmart, I guess you get what you pay for. But I'm gonna grow calendula like this every year, I think. And I wish I could figure out how to get seeds from this plant, because as you can see, the blossoms on this one are so much bigger and fuller than these ones, and they were from the same pack. So I don't know why these ones are so much fluffier, but they obviously are. Oh my goodness. My tubers from this plant are uncovered. Is that bad? Is that bad? Like, here, here, little guy, have some dirt. Looks like a nutsack hanging out. Sorry. Everywhere I need to weed terribly. Here's 2 more dahlias that sprouted up, and these were from broken pieces. So they'll probably be the same as that purple one because I think they were broken pieces. And then, let's see if I can remember. This is Snow Princess Calendula. That's what these buttery yellow or Snow Princess Calendula. And then down here I have some late dahlias down here and another blueberry. I need to lay weave fabric all through here. So, but I've been lucky so far. Nothing is fun. Oh, one of those damn moths. You get. But I gotta harvest some of this broccoli because it went straight to seed. Some of them are forming heads. Some of them went to seed and need to be used in stir fry this week. This is interesting. This is coming up as borage, and they're so evenly spaced. You would think I planted them, but I didn't. But it's funny to me that this whole edge is borage, like I purposely planted it, but I did not plant it. So I think this is, I planted purple sprouting broccoli, but ain't nothing growing like purple sprouting broccoli. I mean, I'm not getting sprouts unless these are the sprouting broccoli, because I'm getting shoots there, up there. But yeah, these ones that are separated out, I'll chop their heads off. Yep. Hold on, I'll be in a minute. I'm making a video. So, all of my broccoli's kind of spaced out here. So, I'll probably chop it. Unfortunately, my baby chickens are too small to enjoy it. But I'll probably chop it and stir fry what I can. This pumpkin's got a bit of powdery mildew. It's been sheltered back in here. It was a start I bought. Discount, so we'll see if I actually get some pumpkins. But some of these are sprouting broccoli and cauliflower, and then obviously the regular broccoli. These are my rattlesnake beans making their way up. I did thin them some. So, and then down here, this is zucchini rampicante sprouting. A little watermelon start I bought on clearance that's done nothing, and these are white Lanzhou melons. That hopefully will eventually trellis up. This is my cucumber. Oops. Everything was kind of stunted after we got some 30-degree weather, and I didn't think these cucumbers were going to grow, so I replanted cucumbers behind them. Now they're all sprouted. These ones are trying to grow, and I have way too many cucumbers on both sides of the trellis, so difficult decisions will have to be made on this part. This side, not so much. What, something's chewing those up down there. So, these are silver slicers, the few that are over here making it. But something chewed every little sprout on this side that's tried to sprout. So, we'll see if I can get even one of the other kind, and then one or two of these silver slicers on this side, I'll be happy. This is my multiple sowings of Kajari melons have finally sprouted. We'll see if any of them reach the trellis and actually grow up it. And back to my potato bed. This is some mullein. This kind of sprouts and grows in different places around my yard. From one plant that was here when we first moved in. Mullein, something like that. It's supposed to be good for respiratory stuff. And then my peas that the deer nibbled off appear to be recovering, and I'm finally getting a few blossoms. Probably shouldn't have tucked those in. Probably should have just tied it, but I haven't really had much time. Oh my goodness! Oh, it's a baby pea! It's a baby pea. I'm so excited. So, my blue borage that's recovering. And then, if we come back over to the other side, I like the white fabric better than the black. Because this stuff, I think it heats up more, it breaks down faster. The white stuff I've had has not broken down at all. It's just a preference on, I mean, it looks better having the black fabric because you can't see it from so far away. The white fabric stands out, but the white fabric seems to last longer. So, this is my 65 to 70 year old, somewhere in there, rhubarb crowns. So this was half of the rhubarb. Next year or the year after, I'll transplant the other half after I make sure that it seems to be thriving. But I make sure that this does well. And then this is my corn I sowed. Down at the ends here was a peck that was like 5 years old. I actually did get a couple. So probably in there, that one, that space there, that was probably one of the really old packs that didn't sprout at all. And then my onions. More potatoes, because, you know, who doesn't love potatoes? And then these are 2 packs of old honey nut squash, which had pretty good germination that I need to get the fence post up for. My second sowing of peas. More potatoes. So those are coming up nicely. Here, I don't know why I have such different germination, but these were the same bag of Dollar Tree pinto beans. And this side has already sprouted a lot, or less than this side. But I'm sure it's going to sprout. So, and now, lesson learned, you can buy a cheap bag of pinto beans. But we'll see what that one bag of pinto beans gives me. I mean, it'd be funny if I ended up with just 1 bag's worth of pinto beans. But we'll see. So down here, I have, it's called mashed potato squash or something like that. I imagine it tastes nothing like mashed potatoes, but, you know, obviously I like potatoes. So, had to give something called mashed potato squash a try. I don't have anything here yet. I think I'm going to put in some purple potted pole beans, so I have more beans for freezing and canning. I like them both that way. And then here I have something I'm kind of excited about. They're actually sprouting. I've tried to plant these a couple of years and never gotten the seeds to sprout. So I bought a brand new pack this year, and this is the birdhouse gourds. So I'm actually getting, I mean, it was a whole pack of seeds and I've got 3 sprouting so far. That's awesome. And then this is little mini baby white pumpkins. Over in the corner there, I forgot I do have some mini orange pumpkins. The Jack Be Little sprouting a couple of those. Next to the Kajari melons, I think. But, yeah. This one had way more beans sprouting so far than the other one, but we'll see what $1.25 bag of pinto beans nets us at the end of the season. And this is my continued work in progress. Clearing that out. I have to get somebody in because my little chainsaw won't chop up them trees. I have to get in everything and weed. Both of my asparagus beds need weeding. I did get all my tomatoes lined up along this cattle panel and a drip system there's a little bee. Just because these beds, or these bags, when they grow in bushy, the rain doesn't get in them very well. So even if it's raining, I kind of still need to watch the water level and the dryness on these. So, also proof that brown spot spreads, because these all were on the other side, and only the plants that are upstairs still on the right have brown spot problems, while all these that were away from those don't. Or it could be just because they were smaller and less leafy. But these all need to be topped off with mulch. They all need to be fastened up. Hello, little bee. Hello, little bee. That all needs to be weed whacked. The chore list never ends, especially when you're doing inside remodeling too. It just never ends. Can't wait for these teddy bear sunflowers. Oh, that's just a big old weed. I gotta get in here and just lay craft fabric and mulch over the top and be done.